Hello and welcome, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Taurus on Halloween to the new moon next in Scorpio in November. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mel for short, professional wish, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, Pisces moon, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, which you can just call me now. Hello, my fishy family. My Mer family, my subscribers, thank you so much for the love and the support. It's been a wonderful journey connecting with you all, both on the inner and on the outer, so to speak. Wishing you a very, very happy Halloween and Samhain tide. If you have been checking out our Super Chats, live streams, whatever they're called, we've got a lot more of them coming up. We're going to, well, probably by the time you see this, we're going to be doing something for the full moon on tonight, the 30th, when I'm doing this. And then on next Saturday, the 7th, we'll do something for Samhain, because that's the astrological cross quarter of the Sabbath of Samhain. So we'll have fun now and be a little bit more solemn next week, right? That being said, if you're new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and commenting to help me get my word out there. Like, if you like the video, if this resonates, by all means, please hit like. And if you like me, subscribe, because I'm making my way to 30,000 subscribers. I'm not even at 2 yet, but you know, I'm a Virgo. I work it. I have a goal, I have a plan, so that I have the membership function button thingy, so that I can do members only live streams, which sound like a lot of fun on YouTube, as well as I do extended readings for a chunk of the readings that I do here on YouTube, but I have to put them over in Vimeo, which is fine. I love Vimeo.com. I have a lot of stuff up there from the past 4 years or so, but I have to put the extended readings there too, and those are pay per view, where here as a member you would be able to pay one price and have access to all the extended readings as they go up. So that being said, I think that's enough business, don't you? Let's talk about this reading. It's a 7-card draw. What do I need read? I do these for myself all the time, different decks, different systems, right? We are using 7 different systems, 3 healing systems, 2 tarot systems, and 2 divination. I guess you call them oracles, right? 2 oracular systems to get you clues, tips, and hints about what you need for this full moon in Taurus. Like I said, 10:49 a.m. October 31st, Halloween, to the new moon in Scorpio, the 15th of November at 12:07 a.m. So we are going to do something for the new moon, but we're going to kind of do it more on the waxing side. You know what I'm saying? We try and work it, though if it's a particularly intense dark moon, you'll usually find me streaming on YouTube to help people through it. Anyway, that being said, that's a waning moon, right? Full to new moon next. What do you need? It's what do I need read? To let go of, to forgive, to release, to alchemize, all that kind of stuff from this full moon to new moon next. Asking my pantheons of the divine, clues, tips, and hints. It's a general read, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Comment if it resonates, and because sometimes I'm literally asking the like, well, this could go so many different ways. Which is it for you if you can, right? Some people are in, you know, confidential situations where they can't do that. You get me, Pisces, right? We're the secret keepers. So let's do this. Let's go deep. Let's breathe. Stay in the present moment so you can feel what really resonates within your physical body and within your intuitive field. And of course, check your other signs. Your sun sign's going to get different info, and maybe even completely different situations that you need to know about. You know, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. Let's do this. It's a lot of exposition, but it's necessary for new people. All right, here we go. Not to the new people. I'm having to say the same thing over and over again. Until we get to this breath. Ready? Let's do this breath. Because it's all worth it, that breath. Oh, my collective pantheons. I love you so much, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need one Caroline Mace archetype card to represent the dominant soul power archetypal pattern going on for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. whether this be their own alchemical experience, the archetype is with them, whether it's within another person or in a situation, any combo of those things. What is the archetype they need to alchemize from lead to gold, lead having 3 more atoms than gold? So what do they need to wane, let go of, burn off, transform for this full moon to new moon next? October, November 2020. Lovely. The divine child archetype. Got that shit in spades, baby. Myself. Absolutely. Now we're all children of the divine, right? Divine child. Son of God, daughter of goddess, son of goddess. Yeah, you son of a goddess, son of a witch. Great book. Very, very needed on the planet right now, too, because as one of us acknowledges our own inherent divinity, that we inherit the powers and attributes of the divine, because it's from them we come, into them we return. You know, you get the idea. It's just going to shift the vibe on the planet big time, but first within yourself. So this is something we can feel very deeply, but wait till you hear the shadow side, right? I just kind of gave you a thumbnail of the light. Well, let's look at the shadow, the lead part. An inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Why do you think I studied witchcraft? Right? So that I could learn how to ward, setting boundaries, right? How to say no in an empowered way. And if you come from me, you better sharpen your claws, honey, because I am Virgo sun and Leo rising with a Pisces moon. I will feel you coming and the wards will be up, right? So I had to learn that for myself. And that's why I just absolutely adore the light aspect of this. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. And I'm a mystic, honey, lifelong. I was born a mystic. So that innocence, people are like, you're not so innocent. I'm like, yeah, but I see things with fresh eyes. I'm willing to sit, well, unless I don't see them with fresh eyes, and you know, then there's work that needs to be done. But I don't go against my gut. That's my hotline to the divine, right? The eight chakras are each like portals of intuition, grace, and guidance for the divine. So that's born into us, right? So we're literally born with the divine within us. It's the truth of who we are. We're not these lives and these names and these bodies. We were chosen as souls, as divine children, to come in and play in the playground as well as learn, grow, and develop. Fabulous, fascinating archetype. Now, this isn't yours. This might be someone you are dealing with, but does not have to be a literal child, although it could, right? But definitely, it's such a high vibe. Let's keep going. I want to see. Breathe. My goddesses, half of the universal energy, the divine yin, my 3 goddesses that share the throne of Pisces, Artemis, the Amazon Diana, the mother of the moon, and Circe, the sorceress, the enchantress, the empress, the enchantress, the alchemist. Oh my goddesses, please, one card in clarity. For the Piscean collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. We got the divine child archetype going on here. What do they need to be aware of inside of themselves, yin side of themselves? Maybe an intuition that they didn't pay attention to or weren't aware of. Maybe an emotional thing going on inside of them that they need to bring their attention to. Maybe there is a divine child within them in need of nurturance. Please, what is it they need to be aware of inside of themselves? This new moon. Full moon to new moon next. I snuggled a kitty before, so I like have my nose covered in black cat hair. And of course, I'm wearing moisturizer. Gotta make it stick. The 3 of Pentacles. Clay woman, I love this card. It's very Virgo. Mutable earth, molding clay, but a good solid foundation of it. So you have what you need inside of yourself to move forward with this solid foundation. The clay woman takes literally clay, which is dirt. What is it? It's not air, fire, or water. It's earth. So it takes the earth beneath her feet, and fashions it and molds it into something beautiful and serviceable, right? Something practical like a pot. Now you can see, let me do it this side, the fire there on this side, right? It hasn't been fired yet. Clay is raw, sculpted, painted, blah, 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 glazed, and then put into a kiln or an oven where it goes from being something mutable to something fixed. So there is a process going on inside of you. This is your own interior healing process. Keep going, right? Whatever it is that you're doing inside of yourself, however you're feeling, this could absolutely be feelings of self-worth. Maybe you've had to rebuild self-worth little by little or build onto it. Nice solid foundation, digging this for you. That's on the yin side. Let's see what's on the yang side. What's going on the outside? The gods. Breathe. Oh, that's so yummy. Oh, sorry, please. My gods of Pisces, my gods of water, please. I need one card in clarity for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I'm guessing myself included here. Please, I need one card in clarity. What does the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign need to be aware of outside of themselves? A person, a place, a thing, a situation, an event. For this full moon in Taurus to new moon next, this one in Scorpio, November 2020. You got the 10 of Wands. Now I hear over and over and over again on YouTube about the 10 of Wands being burdens, and I get it because that's usually how the card is drawn. Again, Rider-Waite Tarot is the first deck I studied. We talk about that in the new podcast that's, by the way, literally uploading right now. It's going live at midnight tonight, Halloween. Just saying. Depends on when you watch this, right? Not saying the name of it yet until it streets, until it hits. No. But that's what I mean. It's like that's a creative project that we are now finally getting to launch. It started off as an ace and now made its way to a 10. So there's something fulfilling here, right? It's like and I get it. Different readers read in different ways. I don't see any card as positive or negative. I see it as a spectrum of light and shadow. So there, with this divine child, it feels like there is a creative thing, a process. Yes, I can relate to this because in the outside where I am, at least right now, considering it's full moon, right? We started this, we manifested it at a full moon, pretty much close to. So there is a completion of desire here, an ace of wands that made its way to the 10 of wands, and you add 1 and 0 of the 10, you get the 1, you get the seed of the new. So there is a creative something going on inside of you, whatever that 3 of pentacles represents within you. That absolutely now does feel a bit like a creative journey, something going on in your, let's say, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. We're here in the external. Oh, I get it. This is a work in progress, right? Like just like a first episode of a podcast, right? It's the first one you do. We're still getting the graphics and for the thumbnail and stuff figured out what that journey is. So it feels like there's an ongoing creative, almost want to say like a gestation, like a creative birthing, like a mother who's pregnant with a divine child. But I think there are other cards that would come up if this meant literal birth, like the mother archetype would have been here, or the father archetype for that matter. No, this feels like whatever process you are in, whether it's your own healing or creativity or sexuality, it could be, right? Earth and fire can really play around that way. In particular, like I said, here's the fire, right? Here's the completion of the baking process where the clay pot becomes a solid, fixed thing, both beautiful and practical. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. Boom. Ascended Master is going to talk to us through the Chuck Spezzano love pack, 4 suits: problem, luck, healing, and grace. Let's see which one you need to be aware of, right? Breathe. Yeah, they just said, we need to be aware of. I get it. I'm in this one. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please. This is our second of the 2 healing systems. Carolyn Mace is the first. Chuck Spezzano is the second. Matt Kahn's Healing Mantra deck, last card down, is the third. Oh, my Ascended Masters just feels so good. Oh, empathic treat for a change. 1 card in clarity from the Chuck Spezzano love pack. What is the piece of the problem that we need to be aware of? The piece of luck that might be right in front of us that we need to see. The piece of healing that we need to embrace, or perhaps the piece of grace that we need to be aware of and flow along with for this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. Please, my beloved Ascended Masters, we've got the divine child, 3 of Pentacles, clay woman on the inner, 10 of wands on the outer, golden fleece achieved but burnt out and exhausted as a result. I can relate to that. What is it we need to be aware of? Well, we need to be aware of the problem of withdrawal. Now, withdrawal has many different meanings, and we could spend an hour talking about what that means. There's even a tarot deck, a card in the Daughters of the Moon, the Eight of Cups. It's not walking away, it's called withdrawal, literally written on the card. So what we're looking at here is there's a problem that someone or something has withdrawn. Now, this is not the Hermit card, right? That wouldn't be a problem usually. The Hermit card would be saying, no, go within yourself, pull back, see things from a higher point of view. This feels like, again, this does not feel like pulling back in order to recharge in terms of, you know, you just gave birth or you're in the process of it and resting. Now, this feels like you deliberately, or someone or something deliberately pulling away because they don't want to play. Do you see that? Almost like a child that doesn't feel safe or loved, or you hurt its feelings. I was watching last night, it made me laugh out loud so hard. Something about scaring children, that scaring children is the best thing. Oh, I was watching on YouTube. Right? How you scare a little kid and they'll cry, right? It's funny. I mean, I can't help it. I love them. I'm so hooked on Trixie and Katya, that show. I love them. They've inspired this podcast that we're launching today. But you know, that thing of like a little kid, like being afraid and running away. Now that could be inside of you. You might be fighting the desire to withdraw. And this doesn't feel like, yeah, I need some time to myself. This was like, no, leave me alone, right? It's definitely got that touch of the child that what? Has an inability to defend itself against negative forces. So maybe this is you, maybe this is someone you're dealing with, but I have to say you have everything that you need inside of you, right? And outside, things are pretty complete, at least in terms of desire. So it feels good. I'm not sure what that withdrawal is. It could be like the fly in the ointment of someone that you want to share this with who withdraws. Could be, right? Keep going. Let's do our 2 oracles, shall we? Let's do Healing with the Angel Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What is the healing angel you need to work with? Call in. It's like it's hovering over this situation and you just need to invite it in, right? Breathe. My angels of water, my angels of Pisces, my Gabrielites, please, I need one card in clarity. For us Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, from this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, what's the angel we need to call upon, right? Healing with the Angel Oracle, called by title, not by name, unless it's Archangel Michael, because he's got his own card. What is the angel we most need to call upon, work with this full moon to new moon next? Emerging. Ooh, the healing angel of emerging means that something, like I said, there's almost a sense of pregnancy coming out of here. And what's interesting, in a way, the opposite of emerging is withdrawal. So this is a very fascinating thing. So already, what would the angel of emerging do? It'd help you prepare to emerge or help you align with something that is emerging. So this is, I'm going to say, this is the Ascended Masters and the angels saying that both of these things are going on. While something is withdrawing, something is emerging, right? That could be person, place, thing, idea, creativity, sexuality. It could be anything. It really could be an emotions emerging. But to call upon what would a healing angel do? The healing angel of emerging would help in that process, getting you what you need physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritual, fire, earth, air, water. You get it. You get what you are you smelling what the archangels are cooking? Breathe. Higher selves evolve through the whispers of love oracle. Please breathe. The higher selves of all involved, fifth dimensional and above perhaps, but most definitely my own included. Please, we need one card, a whisper of love oracle, a piece of your higher self inspiration, information, or insight that we need for this full moon in Taurus to new moon in Scorpio, October into November 2020, because we've got the Divine Child here. We've got 3 of Pentacles on the inner. We've got the 10 of Wands on the outer. We've got this withdrawal, but then it's almost like neutralized with that angel of emerging, at least linguistically, right, in terms of the languaging here. Please, what is the piece of inspiration, information, or insight that we need from our higher selves this full moon to new moon next, October into November 2020. Physical touch is important. Ain't it just? Physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Oh, absolutely. A friend, I've talked about it here and other places in social media. A friend of mine got that thing that's going around on a mass level on planet Earth. I ain't saying the word. I'm going to get flagged for that. Was terrified, cried, got thousands of people who don't even know his name, I didn't even mention his name, praying for him. He stopped by the other night, like he's out of the Q word. The special organization said he could leave the house, and he came by and hung out for like just a half hour, and that hug, like I hadn't seen him in a month. That hug, and he's a friend, right? This isn't a lover situation, it's a friend thing. It's like I needed that, like I needed to hug him, and you know he's a big stoic Shrek kind of guy, so I was like, okay. So it's just interesting, these two together, the emerging of and the physical touching. There's something emerging here that might have been in withdrawal and is now emerging, right? That push-pull, though there is a push-pull card literally in the same deck that would have come up. So physical touch is important. Keep that in mind. You know, it's almost like not just staying in contact, staying in touch, that there might be something physical, visceral here, and it might be that you have the foundation that you need to do that. And wouldn't that be a 10 of flames, right? Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily sexual romantic there. That could be, I mean, I need a massage. Like I need a real massage and a chiropractor and then another massage and another chiropractor, right? I mean, there's only so much yoga you can do. I'm rolling around on tennis balls trying to dissolve knots in my back, you know, untie them. So maybe that's part of it too. And there's something emerging in you. So the physical touch is part of this. There's sort of, I don't want to say a dominant element of earth here, but with that physical touch and that Three of Pentacles, there's definitely an earthy thing here. And I'm kind of getting off a little bit on the withdrawal and emergence thing. It's like one happens, then the other. And it feels like, though this isn't a timeline, that withdrawal, something emerges as a result of it, like a pulling an arrow back, and then boom, it goes. One more card down, last card down, is our last healing system, the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. There he is on the back. Hey, Matt. You know, it's so funny. He's younger than me, but Matt is I have an older brother, Matthew, because I'm he's Matthew, I'm Mark. Jinkies. Luke and John did not incarnate, at least after my family. So this is, again, the voices of the Ascended Masters. Let's see what they have to say for us. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, hi. Again, you gave us this card of withdrawal. Can we please have one card in clarity? The perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October into November 2020. Because again, we've got the divine child. So like a healing mantra, a kid's going to love that, right? Three of Pentacles, something inside of us growing and developing, but at a good initial state. Oh, I forgot to turn the heat off, so now you're hearing my heat system. Sorry. We've got the Ten of Flames on the outer here, the Ten of Wands on the outer, which can, yes, be a burden, can be the completion of a creative journey here, though. With that card of emerging there, that does make sense. Ascended Master, you gave this card of withdrawal. Not sure who that's about. I mean, people need to withdraw from time to time, but this is a problem card. Angel of Emerging coming right after that. Something is emerging here to call upon that healing angel for help, and physical touch is important. My beloved Ascended Masters, what is our perfect healing mantra? All these things considered, this full moon to new moon next. Bloop. Expanding inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. It is a creative thing. Oh my God. This series has been astounding with that kind of stuff, and I should be used to it. But like, and the feedback I'm getting from people online and privately, they're like, that read was so on the nose for a 7-card draw, right? Expanding, whoops, did I lose it? I did. Went to the wrong page because I'm slacking. Expanding inner power. I am at my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. When inner power expands, you are able to openly communicate your truths, aspirations, and ideas as a way of circulating the energy that pours in from the cosmos. So let's take a break on that for a second. So as you do that, as you get clarity, as you express your aspirations and the things you want to do, you're taking that energy, we'll keep this simple, from the 8th chakra down through the crown, right, the 3rd eye, the throat, expressing it, giving it creativity, bringing in more. It's sort of like pulling on a toilet paper roll, except a never-ending toilet paper roll. It's a shitty reference. As energy gets circulated by the sharing of your ideas, the universe is given permission to pour more inspiration, passion, and joy into your energy field. Rock on, right? That's such a Pisces thing. So it's like one fish putting it out, one fish taking it in, one fish taking it in, right? That mutable water. As your inner power expands, creativity becomes the life force of source energy surging through you to inspire the embodiment of your higher self. This mantra is ideal for resolving creative blocks, healing traumas, and releasing blocks of stagnation. This is like so fucking on point, all of that. Let me put it together. So if this is you, if this is your archetype, there is this divine child inside of you that in its shadow has an inability to defend itself against negative forces. Been there, done that. Have the cast circle. Light attributes: innocence, purity, and redemption. Innocence, like fresh eyes, right? Purity of heart, purity of soul, and redemption, right? We make mistakes, but we redeem because we grow and we learn and we're forgiven, and the gods don't fucking take, it's all scripted anyway, right? So if this is you or someone else, get that this is a creative process. The creativity of a divine child has got to be pretty powerful, right? Percy Jackson. So there's the creativity, right? That's that. And it may not have externalized yet. That would make sense, right? But on the outside, there is this sense of accomplishment somehow, right? So there's got to be some kind of project you're showing, or maybe it's like a series of things, like, again, the podcast we're putting out tonight at midnight for Halloween 2020. We did our first one. We taped it. We're learning that process. It's very much the creative thing. But the first one's done, but it's not the end of the journey, right? So it's because then with this card of withdrawal, if this is purely withdrawing to recharge your creative juices, so to speak, to focus on your more interior world, that's the hermit archetype. But I don't get this. I get that someone or something has withdrawn. Maybe it's you because you can't defend yourself against these forces. Now that's okay, but then you want to alchemize it over this waning moon period into the light. But it does feel like someone or something withdrew because there's the angel of emergence preparing. It's sort of like one door opened, another door closed, right? That sort of deal going on here. And physical touch is important. You know, again, I'm not saying that is wholly sexual or romantic. It very well could be, because creativity and sexuality are the same chakra, second chakra stuff. But nonetheless, expanding your inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice, whether that's actually spoken or written or, you know, however your creativity plays itself out. You're never more powerful. You're expanding your inner power. So even if that's like talking in confidence about your dreams and what it is you really want, like letting that, because everybody's got the child archetype. It's one of the 4 survival families that everybody has: child, victim, victor, saboteur, empower, and prostitute. Right? Long story on all of those. But this is a specific sub-archetype of a sub-pattern within the child archetype. So to let that child have its divine dreams, like do you ever, I remember back in school, the Pisces reads are always longer than the rest of them because it's the last one, right? I remember doing like abundance and prosperity work back in the 90s, and they said, well, if you had all the money in the world that you ever needed, $1 million deposited into your account at 9 a.m. every morning, what would you do? And the person I learned it from say, all your bills paid in advance, all your vacations done, what would you do? But with the divine child, it's sort of like if you could recreate this world, because what is the verb of God? Well, love. But what do gods do? They create. So to let that child say, well, I would create this world, and I would do this, and I would do this, and I would do this, And you never know where a creative journey like that is going to take you. And that's why I feel like if there really are burdens going on here for you, psychically speaking, I mean, in your psyche, what's going on in the world, empathic overload, empathic burnout, as Pisces are prone to, well, then we're sort of getting a lot of guidance and grace here about what to do with this, because it feels like your journey has just begun with that emerging card. So let's give us a blessing, shall we? Breathe. May the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, as they become aware of this Three of Pentacles, creativity, stable foundation within them. Regardless of what withdrawal has come or gone, it's been part of the game, because something is emerging with the healing of the healing angel of emerging here to help, as of course they expand their inner power, finding that they are that we are at our most powerful when our creativity is given a voice, particularly that voice of the divine child, either from us or to us, however that comes, with some sort of completion of desire that culminates or is helped or is given great insight, inspiration, or information, is informed by how important physical touch is, whether that's physical touch with another, physical touch, the hands and the clay, the creativity, the tactile nature of life itself. May the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be so blessed for their well-being and for the well-being of all hearts everywhere. So mote it be. And so it is. What a lovely, lovely read. Oh, my Pisceans, my fishy families, my Mer family. I love you all so much. Again, if you are new to my channel and you like the reading, like the video. If you like me and my style and how I read and how I am and all that, please subscribe to the channel and comment, right? Hit the notification about all that stuff. How does this play itself? Like if I was going to be teacher, it's like, okay, pop quiz. What does this represent in your life? Like, what is this on the inner that is kind of showing up as this on the outer? Anyway, such a pleasure reading for you all. Last read of the day, although I'm live streaming tonight on YouTube for full moon in Taurus, which hits tomorrow. Happy Halloween. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of this full moon to new moon next. My Pisceans, I love you all so much. Farewell and blessed be.